Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo, issue number 3 or book 3 by DC Comics, Black Label. This is an alternate cover by Jason Shawn Alexander. I mean, it looks pretty cool. Let's dive in. So we begin here. So not sure if you remember, but if you don't remember, just watch my other video, you know, volume 1 and 2 or book 1 and 2 or issue 1 or 2 on my channel, subscribe and all that jazz. So there is some kind of teeth with some kind of with flesh in it, you know, that's been mutating. That was embedded in Batman's shoulder. So they did some experiment on it, and then they I don't know, walked away, and that particular teeth started to grow into something else. And it seems that it's escaping, but, you know, Alfred and Nightwing here have no clue what's going on. There's an alarm going off, and yeah, so they do some scanning here because also Nightwing says, I don't see the teeth anywhere. All right, so yeah, the teeth is missing, but we come back to that a little bit later. Come on, why? Why is modern comics wasting my time, my money, and wasting paper on this shit? This is not necessary at all. This is a waste of paper. God, I hate modern comics sometimes, mostly. Anyway, so Batman is here at the Wayne's Recycling steel factory that's been closed for 88 years or something. And so it says the Joker was instructed to come to this specific place at this specific time. He has to solve a riddle. If he failed, innocent people would die. To the Joker, the death of innocence means nothing. I'm here because it means everything. So then the voice says, you have 9 minutes left, Batman. A mother and a father. The Joker was supposed to choose which one would live, which one would die. Everything needed to make the correct choice is here. So there are some documents lying around here. And yeah, it seems that they... yeah, I'm not sure what you call this construction, but you know, when you are putting something in there, it would destroy everything that it touches because it's eating up everything. And... so there's boxes of documents here, and Batman decides to investigate those documents. Well, the voice says, I imagine a puzzle like this would be quite vexing for you, for one such as yourself, Batman. A selfish choice of whose lives and whose dies would be difficult for someone with an obsessive need to save everyone. I admire you for trying. You have 5 minutes. And... also, Batman confirms that the voice is trying to distract him, and he thinks that's an amateur move. Okay, so it seems that the documents say that these two people that are you know about to die are not really that innocent. It's the guy in question, William Gray. They have a son, Thomas Gray. So if he cannot save these two people, the boy would be dead too. But it seems that William Gray has been involving in fraud and racketeering. I have to Google that, what that exactly is, but it seems that it's not really, what's the word, kosher. So yeah, he's committing crimes, as well as charges of drug trafficking and possession for Lisa Gray. And Thomas Gray here, William Gray, has also a, well, basically they are divorcing and there's a legal battle and both want basically money, but not for their kid. No, William here has a, how do you say, expensive girlfriend, and he doesn't want to spend that money on child support, while Lisa Gray has a drug habit to finance. So yeah, and then Batman gets also a call from the Batcave because there is trouble there. Interesting. I love that Batman is doing some investigating, you know, being a detective that he is. So he finds a picture of Thomas being with, I believe, their aunt and uncle. And there was the only photo that he was smiling. So there is no time anymore. And Batman says, I have your answer. And both of them should die. And these people says, what? Are you out of your goddamn mind? Interesting, detective. Why? So he also analyzes this particular, how do you say, glass environment that he's trapped in. The transparent walls are 2 inches thick. Multiple layers of polycarbonate. Level 7 ballistic protection at minimum. I have enough line. If this goes south, I can save them both. So Batman says the Greys are a lost cause. They only care for themselves. Thomas is nothing more than a commodity. The boy's only chance at a happy life is with his aunt. And but then the voice says, bravo, detective, bravo. Clapping sound. Your concert was for the child's well-being. You chose correctly. Then you honor the deal? What deal? That if I chose correctly, you would spare the Greys and their son. Oh, Batman, the deal was with the Joker, not you. You offered to solve the puzzle. I was simply curious to see if you could. That's basically pretty cool. The Greys were dead the moment the Joker failed the show. So, and then he pulls something out of his bat belt. Finally, we see something, something like this, that he's doing this, except for, the usual batarangs and stuff. We need more, stuff from the belts into weaved into comics. I like that. So it's basically some kind of explosion. So he wants to blow open, this cage, that he is in. But yeah, it's thicker than he has thought. And then the voice says, did you really think it could be this easy? And then, yeah. So the Greys are falling to their death and they are being destroyed. And Batman says, no! So yeah, Batman underestimated his opponent while he's battering the walls. You arrogantly presume that you could come here and claim victory simply because you are the Batman. But in reality, your arrogance just cost two people their lives. I will spare the boy, detective. I am, after all, not a monster. And really hasn't he suffered enough for all of you hubris? I do, however, pity young Thomas. So he basically says, that time will tell how he will fare without his parents and the grief of it. And then the voice says, go home, Batman. I'll be in touch. Yeah, Batman lost. And that's something you don't see often in Batman comics. So for that, Marc Silvestri, I commend you. This was an unexpected surprise for me, because normally Batman is Batman. Batman always wins, and he saves people. In this case, he couldn't do anything because he was, underestimated his enemy. A very rare thing to do, thing that is happening to Batman. And then we see this. Okay, so the missing thief has been found, and so it seems that the thief or the organism has evolved, and it has an unusual growth spurt. So it seems that the bats in the cave eat the thief with the flesh on it, and then it mutated into this, white screaming bat. And also it says that, parts of the Joker remain, but the original DNA that was in the organic matter. So if someone, eats it, or it's embedded into its flesh, the DNA of that particular person or animal or insect maybe, it's going to be on top of the other DNA. So it adds more DNA or layers of DNA, which could be highly dangerous because of mutations and such. And so Batman says, hey, we need a closer look. And then we see here the Joker still prison, and you can't see or hear anything. And so they are trying to, cut a little piece of this creature. And the bad computer says that the DNA is and the cell is unstable. So, and Batman says, clarify unstable. The hybrid cell requires a constant supply of energy at levels that are unsustainable. Deprived of food, the strongest cells will feed on the weakest, resulting in rapid and catastrophic retrogression within an entire organism. So yeah, basically, it needs constant food. And if that's not the case, it will feed on the organism that it's inhabiting. So yeah, so they get, I believe, a part of the wing here. Batman analyzes it. And so yeah, he confirms that the thief or the is cannibalizing the host. So if you are here, there's a fly here, and you know the piece of tissue attacks, still alive, attacks the fly immediately because, well, it's hungry. But somehow this creature has a connection with the missing piece of his body, and it knows it's feeding, and which is weird and creepy at the same time. So Batman says he's had a cognitive connection to the piece that was removed. Not to sound overly grim, but this whole situation seems to have gotten just a tad worse. So Batman also says, this is what Alfred is saying. Batman also says that creating this whole vast knowledge requires a vast knowledge of bioengineering, molecular engineering, synthetic chemistry, of numerous other scientific disciplines. So he knows someone who could do all of this. And so he wants to access the data of Simtech Industries. Also, remember that guy that rips off heads, in the first two issues? Well, it seems that he's at large again. So he made another victim. Oops. And then this creature is going back to the lair. And look at this. This is pure horror. And he spikes these heads on the... put these heads on the spike. Yeah, there's some cool horror elements in here. Also creepy with all these bodies laying here. Probably decaying, I guess. And so Batman goes to the Gotham cemetery, I believe. And there is a man there. And that man we've seen in the other one of the other issues too. And so it's Donald Simtech. Donald Simtech lost a daughter, and he's mourning for them. And for her, I mean. So at some point, Bruce asked him about his Simtech stem cell research and the findings. And Donald's not really pleased. He's mourning here, and Batman or Bruce asked him about, something that is work-related. He says, this is an appropriate conversation without the board approval. I don't care if you are Simtech's largest shareholder. The research was a dead end. It is shut down. End of story. And but then Bruce asks some more questions. He says, I'm not accusing you of anything, but basically he wants to know more about the research. You were close to a groundbreaking cure that could have saved millions. What happened? Priorities happen, Wayne. I've more important things to focus on now, like revenge. Call it what you will. What happened today was tragic, Donald, and I'm sorry. But making revenge is a priority doesn't sound like the man I knew. And then, well, Donald is getting pissed off because he says, look at my face, look at my eye. I am not the man I once was. And and he blames people of Gotham, the protectors of Gotham, the police, and even the Batman for what happened, and he is here to destroy them. So yeah, he's a very angry man. So, and then at some point, Bruce is gonna interrogate the Joker. So the Joker says, "So how was your day?" Batman punches him immediately. So he says, "You do exactly as I say at all times. You much as breathe without asking, and whether I've got Gordon or not, I will beat you to the point you wish you were dead. Are we clear?" And Joker is delighted. This is going to be awesome. So, yeah. going back to this, the 6 bodies that has been disappearing without their heads, it somehow is connecting to Donald Sims somehow. Also because of what he is saying, you know, want to have revenge. And yeah, Batman is gonna research that particular part. I love this train, man. Looks so old school. Yeah, so like I said, he's blaming everyone for his daughter's death, and now Batman and the Joker is gonna investigate what's on the train. All right, but he also wants to find Jim Gordon, who's still missing. So we're gonna see that in the next one. But then we see here Donald Simtek. He's hiding something on his iPad, behind his eye patch. So yeah, he's definitely connected, and he wants to have his revenge on Bruce Wayne too, because he has been digging his nose in his business or something like that. Yeah, pretty cool. Damn it, guys, why? Anyway, that leads us to the next issue. We have some you know, black and white, which I really, really like. And that leads us to the next one. Guys, I think this is a cool one. Great art, gripping story so far. I'm pretty invested. Let's see where this is going. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.